Well, so I got a job I was working as a programmer, and I got a job with some college friends of mine from BU Computer Science at a company in Boston called ATG, Art Technology Group, which was super cool. It was like an early .com, first generation .com startup. We were doing really cool technology, and it was just amazing. And it was one of the first times in my life that I really felt like I was barely adequate. Like I'd kind of gotten used to in most things feeling like I was reasonably smart.
Yeah.
But at ATG, it was such a brilliant collection of engineers and designers that like I felt like I was like below average, sort of striving to like be good enough to stay, in. And that was eye-opening. I basically realized that like this is like the secret of happiness. Like the secret of happiness is to maximize the amount of time you spend being the least interesting person, in the room.
Wow. Okay.
And I really tried to like hold on to that. And that company was great. The three of us, me and Geesh and Brandon and two other CS alum, decided to start our own company. And we had, this was in '97, and our big idea was we decided to see what would happen if you try to start a company and not hire any assholes. That was the mission.
Right.
It was basically just based on culture. We were like,
don't be an asshole.
well, more than that, don't hire anymore.
Yeah.
And we just had this experience, which I think like a lot of people in companies have, where you're sitting in the office, doing something, and you kind of like look at yourself, and you're like, well, okay, I understand what I do, and I'm kind of okay. And you like look at the coworker next to you, and be like, okay, I understand what he does, and he's pretty okay. And then like I understand her, and like I understand the work that she does, and she's okay. But then you like look over somewhere else, and I don't want to point at anyone in particular, but you're like, but what about that guy? Like that guy's an asshole. Like, I don't think he does anything, and he's not very pleasant. Like, why did they hire him? Didn't they know? Like, what could we make a company and not have people like that? And it's never been done before in the history of companies, right?
Yeah.
So we started our own company called Engine 5. We didn't know anything about what to do. We just knew we were going to program stuff with computers.
Yeah. So it's more about who you wanted to work with than what you wanted to do.
It was entirely based on that. And luckily, this was '97, which if you had like owned a computer and could type code into it, people would give you money. So that's what we did.
Yeah.
We grew that to, I don't know, we ran for about 2 years, grew it to about 18 people or so, and got super exhausted because it was amazingly hard work, like unspeakably hard work to like run your own company. And then got really tired, and luckily had an offer to sell it to Vignette in Texas.
Yeah.
We sold the company, and that was right in the beginning. I think it was like January 2000, which was like 20 minutes before the bubble burst.
Yeah, yeah, that was
it was very good timing.